want to give you the pros and cons of one of the more interesting space heaters that we have. This thing is digital and the display is on the front band here. So one of the huge pros of this one, I think, is that it has a child lock. So for a lot of space heaters, you have no control over, locking these controls, but with this one, you can see there's a little lock symbol. If you push these two down at the same time, it's going to click LC, and that means it's locked. Now I can't do anything, so if a kid's around trying to push the buttons, it doesn't do anything until you come along and push both of them again, and then it will be unlocked. So now I can adjust, I can do different things to it with the buttons on top. So the child lock, I think, is a huge pro. This thing is pretty stylish, pro, and it has a bunch of different settings. So over here, you can set it on just fan, which is at the bottom here. So it's just blowing air. If your ceramic element in there has already been heated up, the fan is just going to blow air across that warm element, and it's just going to keep providing heat for you without sucking up juice from your electrical grid. You also have the H1, H2, and H3 settings, which you can get to here. And that allows you to get up to 1500 watts of heat. So on the highest setting, this thing cranks out some heat. I almost can't keep my hand that close to it. It's going to produce that much heat. So even though it's a small unit, it might be good for, small spaces, but doesn't need to be tiny. It's not like just a little personal heater. It would do some pretty good work in a small office or a large bathroom or something like that. When you turn it off, it does have a 30-second countdown, but you can also override that by hitting the power button again. So it has a lot of nice features. It's really kind of like the updated version of the space heater, and it has a safety thing, but it's not down here where you'd normally look for the safety on the bottom of a heater. It just has an internal one. So if it's on right now and it tips over, it starts beeping and it stops heating. So it's just, it does have that mechanism in there, but it's not quite as fast or as immediate as some of those other space heaters that have just that manual little foot on the bottom. So I think that's kind of a pro and con. So this might be a small space heater, but it's got a cool design, a cool digital interface that offers you a lot of bells and whistles for a basic space heater.